Every time you buy real estate, there is a down payment involved. Banks want to make sure that you have some money at stake. It's not just their money. In this area in Massachusetts, we see about 15 to 20% down payment. And especially now in 2020, lenders want to make sure that you have at least 20% down. This is Nunan, the Greater Boston Real Estate Show. And today we're going to talk about how to save for that down payment.
Nunan's Greater Boston Real Estate Show.
If you put less than 20% down, what happens is generally you have to pay private mortgage insurance, also known as PMI. It's an extra cost on you, but it assures the lender that they will not lose money in case the house goes into foreclosure. It's about 0.55% to 2.25% of the original loan amount per year. This is insurance for the lender and not for borrower. This is very important to understand. And you want to get rid of that extra cost as soon as possible. So what can you do for that? If you're buying the house and the market goes on the upswing and the prices go higher, or you do some renovations on the house and the market value of the house goes higher, you can refinance. And if you have 20% equity in the house, you can get rid of the PMI. Also, besides the down payment, you need to think about the emergency fund, retirement fund, and the closing costs, which a lot of people forget. They think about the mortgage, about down payment, they apply for mortgage, and then suddenly they say, what, closing costs? I didn't think about that. So average closing costs run between 2 to 5% of the loan amount. So if you buy a $300,000 house, it might be $6,000 to $15,000 of closing costs, depending on many variables. If you can qualify for a lower down payment, there are many options, and I will make a video about that. So make sure to click on the bell to be notified when I make a new video about different types of mortgages. Another thing that active military and veterans can use is a zero down payment loan, which is called VA loan. So make sure to check that out. Have you struggled saving money and no matter what you try, it doesn't work? Well, I have some tips on planning, discipline, and also the right mindset. Very important. Track your spending. Understand where your money goes every month. So you can look at bank statements, credit card statements, or you can write every expense you make for a month, which is kind of labor intensive. You can use one of those sites or apps. A website like mint.com helps you categorize it, see it at a glance, all your personal finance. So that's something that you might want to do, and to have a clear picture of where you're spending. Is it entertainment, food? Categorize all your spending so you can see it clearly. Evaluate every purchase. So once you look at the month of spending, put them in two categories, want and need. Usually the wants are the ones that are emotional buys, most of them. So you want to ask yourself every time you want to buy something that is not a need, ask yourself a few questions, trying to change your mind into an analytical mindset. So ask yourself, is it of the best quality? Does it go with everything I own if it's a dress? Is it the right color? Am I going to be wearing it more than once? When you ask yourself analytical questions like this, what happens is your mindset changes and suddenly you realize you don't need to buy this thing. If you're buying something online, just sleep on it and come back the next day and maybe shop around. Maybe you can find the same thing on a different site for much cheaper. Now imagine the perfect home that you will own. Close your eyes for a few minutes and imagine how perfect it's going to be, how you're going to feel the pride and happiness, how your family members are going to look at you and smile and say, wow, you did it, you own the home. Imagine the closing, as many details as you can. Whenever you are reaching out to buy something that you don't really need, think about that dream home and evoke all those beautiful positive emotions that will help you resist the purchase. Number 3, set goals. So looking at the wants and needs list, make a savings plan where you can cut your spending. Number 4, set aside the money for the house. So you want to have a separate savings account that is devoted only for housing purposes. It will be down payment, closing costs, whatever it is. You will think twice about going into that account to buy something else. Number 5, automate your savings. If you are being paid through direct deposit, it might be possible to split that paycheck into 2 different accounts. Number 6, maximize your returns. Once you have a bit of money saved in that savings account, talk to a finance professional or a bank. Maybe there is a better way to get a higher return from your investment. It could be a certificate of deposit, also known as CD, money market account, or higher interest savings account. Investing in stock market might be a little tricky because if you are only keeping the money for 5 years before you want to purchase the house, the stock market might be down at that time when you need to buy the house. Number 7, maximize your income. You might say, Nune, everything is great. What you're talking about makes a lot of sense, but I don't make enough money. Whatever I make is just enough for me to get by. I cannot save anything. In that case, you need to think about how to make more money and also how to cut your expenses. There might be some things that you didn't think about. For example, you might get a second roommate to help you pay the rent. You might sell your extra stuff. You might have some stuff around the house that you're not using anymore and selling it on eBay. Put all that amount into your savings account. Number 3, call the credit card companies and ask them to lower your interest rate. If you're nice enough and persistent enough, you might succeed. Number 4, cut expenses that you forgot about. Maybe you have Netflix, Hulu, and cable. Maybe one of those can go. And put that amount into your house savings account. Number 5, decide from the beginning that whatever work bonuses you're going to get, or if you're going to get birthday presents, monetary birthday presents, all of them are going to go into that house savings account. And you're going to make more money by maybe tutoring, coaching, doing online business. In my next videos, I talk about mortgage types and also about closing costs. So make sure to click on the bell to get notified when the new video comes up. This is Nune and the Greater Boston Real Estate Show. I would love to stay in touch, so visit my Facebook, Instagram, all the links are below. And like and subscribe, and I will see you soon, and make sure to comment.
Nune Greater Boston Real Estate Show.